Real Talk. I'm your host, Earl McCray with Real Relief. And on today, I want to share out with you guys some work that I read on from Dr. Boyce Watkins. Dr. Boyce Watkins. He had an article entitled "Black Ownership is Black Power. Everything else is rented success." And in his article, he was basically sharing out his thought process in terms of Deion Sanders. So we know the story. Deion Sanders, one of the most decorated NFL players on the planet, and very marketable. He's now in the world of coaching and doing a phenom job at that level. And he has a son who is also a great college athlete. And here's the challenge. His son was having some challenges getting into the NFL. And Dr. Watkins wrote an article about it. And I just want to respond to the article. All right. So I write, woo, that bar was wrapped in truth and legacy. You're absolutely right. And the Deion Sanders example brings it home in a way that is impossible to ignore. Deion has fame, respect, network, resources, and still he can't hand his son a jersey. Why? Because he doesn't own the team. And this exposes the fundamental difference between access and authority, between the talent and being the decision maker. Understand, we can pass our kids shoes, scholarships, and even spotlights, but not sustainability if we're not building systems. That's what ownership is, my friends. It is a system of decision making, protection, and yes, legacy. As Dr. Claude Anderson says in Power Economics, those who don't own and control anything will always be dependent on those who do. And even one of the greatest athletes, y'all, of our time is bumping up against the glass ceiling. This ain't about just making money. It's about building tables where our children don't need to beg for a seat. Black ownership is not a trend. It's a necessity. So let's not just clap for Deion. Let's learn for the limits he is now navigating and use that as fuel. More equity, more businesses, more land, more banks, and yes, more legacy. Black ownership is today's black power. Everything else is just rented success. Friends, that's my thoughts for today. Peace and love to you. Be blessed, but as always, be a blessing.